Now at 6, 10 Investigates is digging into the AEP outage from last month and whether or not it was avoidable.
Just hours ago, AEP executives testified before the Public Utilities Commission, saying there is nothing they could have done differently to stop it from happening. But internal emails 10 TV obtained show one employee admitting they were not in place before the storms rolled in.
10 TV's Kevin Landers is live downtown with those emails and to explain why customers impacted by the outage may be out of luck when it comes to getting their money back. Kevin?
Well, good evening. Many of those people who lost power had to spend days in hotels at their own expense. We asked AEP if they'll be reimbursed. AEP says they will not.
90-year-old Willie Gwynn will never forget the day when AEP turned her power off during a forced outage last month.
It was just too hot to stay in this house with no air, no kind of air.
The air is back on, but Gwynn is fuming over having to pay hundreds of dollars at a residence inn. She said she borrowed the money from her son, who she says she has to pay back. She says AEP needs to pay it.
And I'm on Social Security, I can't afford that kind of money.
Gwynn was among 150,000 people who lost power when high heat, high demand, and a storm forced AEP to shut off power. During testimony in front of the PUCO, company executives said it had to initiate a forced power shutoff to protect the existing electric grid.
Is there anything AEP thinks it could have done differently to avoid or to mitigate the sustained outage in the neighborhoods that suffered that outage?
Commissioner, not that I'm aware of.
When asked about reimbursing those who had to pay for a hotel while the power was off, I asked the company's president if that's possible.
You know, under the Ohio rules, we're not liable for reimbursements for losses due to acts of God.
As for Willie Gwynn, she says she thought about reaching out to a charitable group to pay her hotel bill, but didn't think it was right.
I said, no, those charity places did not cause this mess. I said, AEP is the one who caused this mess. They deliberately turned these lights off.
Now, AEP spent $1.5 million by helping people displaced by the storm by giving them grocery gift cards. Now, meanwhile, 10 TV obtained internal emails from the PUCO to AEP. The PUCO warned the company a day before the pending storm. The PUCO asked if AEP had pre-positioned restoration assets, meaning field crews. An AEP employee responded it had not. Now, when I asked the CEO of AEP about this email, he said he hadn't seen it until I provided it to him. He said that the employee who responded to that email, quote, wasn't qualified to answer, and he added pre-positioning crews cost customers money. Reporting live downtown, Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.